time for Dr. Joseph Carlo Speaks on this dial. We look at a whole lot of issues emanating from the polity, governance, and what have you. My name is Ginika Olwaham, already seated here, and I will be doing this job together this morning with the Southeast Media aide to Dr. Joseph Carlo. Honorable Madukukuru, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Ginika, and good morning, the good people of Abia State, God's own state, Ndibo, Ndoma, Maman.
Okay, Honorable, just a few days ago, we understand that the daughter of the former governor will be honored by Ben the People for bagging first degree award from Buckingham University. What does it pertain to the OUK political dynasty?
Well, first of all, before I delve into the Ginika, I want to use this opportunity to thank all and sundry that have trooped to Abuja to see the distinguished senator. People are excited. The traditional rulers, the faith-based organizations, the cultural organizations, the civil society groups that believe in the cause of Dr. Joseph Carlo, who is the distinguished senator representing Abia North Senatorial Zone. I also want to use this opportunity to thank a whole lot of organizations that are attached to the cause of Dr. Joseph Carlo, the distinguished senator, the Oji Uzo Carlo movement, which is ably led by Reverend Mrs. Jemima Ola Carlo. Incidentally, all these groups, the reality organization worldwide, which is known as a non-political, but yet apolitical organization, they have been doing prayers, coming together to source for spiritual strength, not only for the distinguished senator, but for everybody that loves the good things that are happening in Igbo land and in Nigeria in general. Prayers are going on. I want to thank some of these churches, the one especially that I hold dear to my heart. Though I was born as a Methodist, but I believe in spiritual consciousness and believe in the ethos of cherubim and seraphim, eternal order. All they have been doing, praying for the peace to reign in Nigeria, for Dr. Joseph Carlo, in whatever travel that is going, that God eventually will see him through. And eventually, this OUK movement, especially the one in Isquato that they just told me a couple of days ago, they are going to hold a serious prayer meeting today. Incidentally, we are from Isquato. This is ably led by Chief Emeka Onyabo. They will be having a prayer meeting this morning as I'm talking at Young's place. They know Young. Young is a elbow protocol individual that follows Dr. Joseph Carlo, the distinguished senator. This prayer meeting, serious prayer meeting, powerful prayer meeting, is going to be held at Young's place at what we call Ahabimeni. I hope you know that place, Ahabimeni. Everybody excited in what is going to happen today. Everybody excited, especially those faith-based organizations that have been calling me. I want to thank all of them, and I think at the end of the day, every youth in Nigeria, every individual in Nigeria will be excited. They will be happy to rejoin with Dr. Joseph Carlo, who is a man loved by all and sundry. I think that it's a good omen for Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's a good omen for those that understand the politics of black nations in the world. That is what I want to say this morning.
Okay, now to the question I asked earlier.
When you talk about the young lady, you didn't even mention her name. Probably you don't know her name. I think Neka Joseph Carlo is somebody that is very brilliant. You didn't even mention what she bagged her first degree on. That was in law. She did very well. And then she won other awards, especially in family law. She came first in family law. And that is very exciting. It's not because she's a young lady, but because she has exhibited the epitome of womanhood. That is not only men that can excel in things in life, in endeavors in life. Here is a young lady that is from Africa, went to United Kingdom and studied law and came out with first class. It is an excitement. It's an incentive, a powerful incentive for young ladies that are out there that want to be good lawyers, good doctors, medical doctors, that want to be good political scientists, good journalists, young ladies that want to be engineers. Anything that you strive to be in life, whether you want to be a nurse, whatever you want to be, any vocation that you want to involve yourself in, it is a good thing for every one of us. This young lady has made not only Ndebende people, not only Igbere people, not only Abia people, not only Nigerian, but women all over the world. All over the world. And incidentally, that is why family is very crucial in raising your kids. Family is a nexus in the epitome of relationship. Family is a nexus in the epitome of upbringing. The Michael Ojo Carlo did very well in 2018. He came out in flying colors. He studied law too in United Kingdom. So these are what we are saying, that Ojo Carlo is a proud man, a man who does not joke with family issues, a man that loves his family. And I think that the intelligence that Ojo Carlo has brought to himself by Almighty God, the intelligence that the mother, Dokonamba, Elder Chief Mrs. Eunice Carlo, put on her children, has also transferred to Ojo Carlo children. Look at them. If you were in Nigeria now, a lot of folks will be saying, because it is Ojo Carlo, because he is a distinguished senator, because he is the chief whip of the 9th Senate Federal Republic of Nigeria, probably has bought his way to the VC, to the lecturers. But here it is. I know that in universities abroad, they take education very serious. There is no cheating, no malpractice. If you are caught, you're gone. So it is a good thing. It's a good omen for young ladies out there. And I hope that this thing is going to make us work harder in Ojo Carlo Foundation. Soon as the cloud clears up, we're going to pursue education vigorously. And I think that she's going to be a part of that force that is going to be pushing us in our machinery, using Ojo Carlo Foundation to touch the lives of people through education, through health, through empowerment, especially in agriculture, because agriculture is the in thing for young folks in Nigeria today. Whatever that you have studied or whatever discipline that you have embarked on in any tertiary institution, you must fall back on agriculture, because agriculture is life.
Now, still talking about education, you
Yes.
know, the last time you said maybe very soon that the foundation is going to look at the issue of education, where maybe you give scholarships and all that. I also want you to reiterate that particular issue, because so many youths
Yes.
are out there and who may not have the privilege or the opportunity of making first class in Buckingham University, just like the daughter of the former governor
Yes.
just did. You know, what plans do you have for such people in OUK Foundation?
But we have always had that plan. You know that Ojo Carlo Foundation is just not an ephemeral foundation. It's a foundation that is tied to United Nations program. It's under their Sustainable Development Goal Agenda of 2030. So we are trying to use education to help to alleviate poverty. We're trying to use all those means to touch the lives of people, especially in the rural areas. So what we're saying that this is good for us. This is good for the folks that are out there, the young ladies that are in the university. You don't have to go to Buckingham, you don't have to go to United States of America, you don't have to go to Germany or Russia or Ukraine, wherever you want to go outside the shores of Nigeria. You still can be what you want to be in this system called Nigeria, because there are a lot of intelligent students that I have met, very brilliant. It's just that the environment had not been conducive for them, and that is what we're going to do soon as we get our things together. Education is going to be a serious priority for all of us, because education is power. When you ain't got education, you ain't got nothing. And I want to give you an example, a simple example. If you are a millionaire and then there is a community conference, when I say community, doesn't mean your local community, but it can be community anywhere, and then people are invited to that place. If you had PhD holders, master's degree, bachelor's degree, HND, OND holder that are filled up in that room, and you bring a millionaire who never went to the four walls of an institution, there is always silence. But when you bring millionaires that converge in a particular area, and you bring somebody that can express himself or herself, that has walked through the four walls of an institution, everybody will welcome that individual. It's always easier to hear from somebody who has broken chalk in an institution compared to a millionaire who has not even seen the color of chalk before. That is a big thing. Education is the essence of power. Education is the essence of life. That's why when you study and study very well, and you understand how to use English language because of your education, if you can convince them, you use the power of education to confuse them. That is what life is all about.
So you're going to pursue educational programs in your
No,
foundation?
we're going to seriously work towards that goal. Education is a very powerful thing, and if not, I'm going to be, because like I said before, I also use this opportunity to travel to many institutions, secondary schools. I am going to enter into secondary school, into tertiary institution, where I will speak with student union government, when I will speak to youths in the universities, because I've been through there. I know what they are going through. You only can relate to people when you understand the traverse of life. You cannot talk about money when you say money. You cannot talk about wearing shirts when you have not put a shirt before. So you have to have individuals that understand the plight of students in tertiary institutions. That's how you can relate to people. I cannot walk into an institution when I know that I've never been through an institution. So I'll be able to relate. And using Orji Uzor Kalu Foundation, we're going to go through tertiary institutions. We'll fish out those people that are brilliant, those people that need the scholarship, those people that need to be helped. We're going to do that. That is the life Orji Uzor Kalu is living, touching the lives of people. Orji Uzor Kalu is not here because he wants to make money. God has already placed him. Orji Uzor Kalu wants to use what God has given him to give back to the good people of the world.
And then again, the issue of agriculture. You started very well last year and you pursued it very vigorously last year.
Yes.
I don't know the plans you have. Very soon the rains will set in, and maybe you have one or two plans for the farmers this year.
Yes, we're going to do that. It's all step by step. You know, when Reverend Mrs. Jemima Olakalo, who is the executive secretary of the foundation, comes back, she's going to come back with the program. I'm not the one that draws the program. She draws the program. And when the program come out, my responsibility is to disseminate the good part of the program, to make sure people understand what Orji Uzor Kalu Foundation is all about and what the man Orji Uzor Kalu believes when it comes to touching the lives of poor people in the world.
Now to security, Honorable. Recently, we've been having issues ever since this insecurity problem we're facing in Nigeria. Yesterday, the North Central governors, they said they want to set up their own Amotekun kind of security outfit. And the North Central, don't forget, this particular section of the country, or that part of the country, they've had their own fair share of these banditry, herdsmen attack and all that. Now, this issue of Amotekun, don't forget, the federal government declared it illegal. Now it's beginning to spread like wildfire. It started with the southwest, it's going to the North Central. Who knows, the next political zone that is going to come up with their own. Is that the best way to address the issue of security in Nigeria?
You see, security is a very serious issue. Security is about society. Society is about security, because you cannot have investors, and you and I cannot sleep well when we are living in an unsecured environment. And now that is why in politics, things you do in politics or in governance, they are very progressive. Things change as time come by and as time go by. So what is happening today is a good omen for Nigeria. You know, I said it last time. What is happening today is what Senator Orji Uzor Kalu saw many years ago when he became governor of Abia State. And that was the institution of Bakassi Vigilante Group. Bakassi Vigilante Group were doing well. People were scared to commit crimes, except that there were some deviants within that organization that started taking laws into their hand. You know, when power comes to you, power intoxicates, and power sometimes intoxicates excessively. You know, they started doing things they weren't supposed to do. When Orji Uzor Kalu, the district senator, started this thing, there was peace in Abia. Bakassi is still today because Orji Uzor Kalu started it. So what is happening in Amotekun is not a new thing in Nigeria. This is the brain of Orji Uzor Kalu. Now, how do you set up this security apparatus? This security apparatus, you have to set them out to work in conjunction with law enforcement officers. And I have said it here repeatedly. I said, to handle security in my state, for instance, I won't talk about any other state, it's very simple. What we need to do is to have the government to summon the traditional rulers in the various local governments. And that's why you have a special advisor then on security matters that was here, the man from, I think, from Gboro. And I said, what they need to do, work with the traditional rulers. The traditional rulers in turn will create vigilante groups in our communities, local communities. Those vigilante groups now we work with Bakassi. Bakassi is a viable group in Abia. It's just that they have been neglected for so long. Now, working with Bakassi then works with the law enforcement officer, the police. Now let's look at it this way. It's a very simple thing. That's why I say governance is all about vision. Also, Carlos saw this many years ago. Let's look at it this way. Why should you use law enforcement officer to be guarding Ginika privately, when law enforcement officers are supposed to protect the lives and property of the citizenry, not Ginika by himself? You see police officers hanging out with private individuals because they have made money or because they have gotten permits to have law enforcement. You don't do that. You don't even do that in the United States of America. No policeman, policewoman supposed to guard you by yourself. No.
But the law permits that.
No, which law? Which law? There is no law that permits police to guard Ginika and the wife. Your wife is going to take bath, the policeman will be there. You are going to buy banana or suya, policeman will be there. It's not the job of the police. Why don't we help the police do their job effectively? First of all, give them all they need. They make budget. All they need to fight crime. Now, what they need to do is to set up computer flashpoints in their system. So they look at map of Abia. They come to Umuahia. In Umuahia, you have Umuahia North, Umuahia South. There are flashpoints. They look at the system. When there is a crime being committed in a particular area, it will show on the screen. Then they know how to send out somebody to go there or send out a police patrol to go there. It makes it easier for them. Policeman is not supposed to guard you privately. He's supposed to guard everybody in Ndume, everybody in Umuapara, everybody at Amuzuku, at Umuako. Everywhere in Isukwato, in Ozitem, police everywhere. We have local government police, Bende local government police division. We have all those. Those are broken down. Now, what we need to do, use the local vigilante with Bakassi to curb crime. When you give that security vote that they get every month and buy a lot of vehicles to Bakassi folks, Bakassi will be at a certain checkpoint. When they see something happening, they report to the police. In conjunction with police, they will fight crime effectively. Look at what happened yesterday or so that you guys reported at Abam. The Bakassi now are woken up. I believe that they are woken up. The government of Abia say need to take care of Bakassi because Bakassi was established not by anybody, by Abia House of Assembly. They are in the law. Section 8. They are there. Bakassi is there. What I'm telling the Commander General, not being Commander General by mouth, be Commander General, get out there, call a meeting of all Bakassi folks, hold meeting for them, set up an apparatus where you have reorientation of Bakassi people. If you see Bakassi person that is not living up to par with the security requirement in Abia State, get rid of that person. But what you need to do, you also, now that we have Abia State said that they have what they call homeland security, that is the job of the commissioner to hold this series of meetings to make sure that they go to each local government, talk with the tradition. You can't do anything in the villages without traditional rulers because the people that commit crime, they are known by those living in those locales. We can go to bushes and fish out those criminals wherever they have their hideout, but it's not the policeman or policeman that will do that job. No, it is the local vigilante that will help the police. The local vigilante will work with Bakassi of Abia State, Bakassi, which has been registered by Abia State House of Assembly, is in the law. So work with them while you're making the job easier for law enforcement. Commissioner of Police, you make job easier for him to fight crime.
Okay, in essence, what you're saying is that this regional security outfit may not work.
No. You work as long as you are working in consonant with the laws of the land. You are not law enforcement officer. You are what we call a para head to law enforcement officers. You are not a policeman. It's not your job to police. It is your job to help secure that particular environment. It's not your job to lock up anybody. It's the job of the police officers to take law into their own domain. You, the local government vigilante in Ahaba or in where is the other place in Isugweto? Well, let me not talk about Isugweto. Let me talk about Zitem. If you come to Muabasiku, we have vigilante groups. When they catch the criminals, they turn the criminals over to Bakassi vigilante groups. Bakassi vigilante group then takes over from there to law enforcement officers. So instead of a commander driving from the police station coming to Umuabasiku Zitem, Bakassi will drive to the police station. and then hand over those people to them, so that the job will be easier. The police, not everywhere police will come, everywhere police come. Vigilante are there, and these Bakassi people are very effective. They can do the job very well. So that is what I'm saying. Let's work in consonant with law enforcement of but anything you are setting up must be recognized by the legislative arm of government, so that it gives it the true color of what you are doing. You are not a policeman or policewoman. You are just a vigilante group. Vigilante.
Now, you know, we are talking about this issue of Amotekun and the
Yes.
regional security outfit set up by those governors
Yes.
from that political zone. Now, there's this fear that there might be some political interference, maybe from the governors
Yes.
trying to, you know, coerce the security outfit to do their bidding. We've seen cases like that maybe in the past, where even the ordinary regular police officers and maybe the governors and all that, they would use them to do one or two things, especially during elections and campaigns and all that. So there's this fear that there might be political interference into this security outfit.
I don't think there should be any fear. Now, the Amotekun, the question is, has it been registered duly by law by the various houses of assembly in Southwest? Or you're just setting up this vigilante just like that? Just like Abia had their own during Senator Ojo Okalo when he was governor. It was duly approved by Abia State House of Assembly. So if the 5 states in Southwest have gone through the legislative process to give these people the serious backing, there will be no problem. Now, during the election, remember that the Inspector General of Police is the man enforcing the laws. Then through the various AIGs and DIGs and the commissioners of police in various states, they still have to do. You are under them. If the police decide to move 100 police officers to Amuzuku, for instance, and they say, yeah, we're going there, but we also need the help of local vigilante, it's the police that will bring you there. You can't go there without police during election. If you go there, you are now going against the established laws of the land. Those are the things we are not, people are confusing it. It's not a question of setting vigilante. You don't set it without House of Assembly giving you approval. And you don't do anything without the approval of Commissioner of Police. That's why he is the Commissioner of Police. He is the man in charge of law enforcement, except the governor who says he is the chief security man of the land. Now, if you are the chief security man, these things that they need to be laid down. You don't just form vigilante and then give them arms and give them vehicle to start checkmating the herdsmen or whatever. But it must be backed by law. Anything you are doing, backed by law. Because if you don't do anything by law, that means the society will become British and disorderly. Everybody, you, Ginika, can set up your vigilante group from Isquato. I, Madukokuru, can set up my own from Ozite. And I say, I have the right to protect myself. But I have the right, yes, to protect myself, but I have to follow the established laws in the land, because there are laws that are making me to go and buy food at Amuzuku. There are laws that make it possible for me to go and buy food at Obani Beku and then live a comfortable life, so that the way I am living my life will not encroach into your own peace as an individual of Federal Republic.
Do you now subscribe to the fact that this public opinion, that the normal security outfits, talking about the military, the armed forces, and the rest of them, set up by government, have failed to provide security to people in Nigeria? Hence, we have all these little security outfits here and there.
Yeah, that's why, if you remember when I said that, it is not the job of the police officer to guard Ginika and the wife. It is the job of the security agency. You have to set up security. We have security agencies around, if they are approved by government. Now, I, Madukokoro, if I feel that I'm not secure to go into a particular area, then I can go and get vigilante or security agents to follow me. Not the police officers following me. The police officers are not supposed to be following anybody except protection of the lives of you and I. In general, that's the law. That's why the police are there. The police are not there to be following you as your bodyguard. You see a lot of private vehicles because the guy has made it somehow, then he gets permit and then policeman follows. Even to buy fuel, policeman is there. Is it the job of the police? It's not the job of the police. The job of the police is to protect I as a person, so that nobody can invade into my own private life. Nobody can come and disturb the peace of my family or disturb the peace of my community. That is the job of the police. So if the police will understand that they need this vigilante group, they need this security, have security agencies established, approved by law, because most of the people that are handling some of these security agencies were retired police officers. It happens in America. When you retire from police or retire from army, you can set up a private agency that will protect the lives. That's what Americans do today. Most of the people that are securing American investment, America's investment in Iraq, America's investment in Kuwait, America's investment in Saudi Arabia, America's investment in UAE, are private agents that have served as SSS people, that have served as Federal Bureau of Investigations before, that served as military officers, either in the Navy, either in the Army, either in the Air Force, that are retired, or in the police, that are retired from United States agencies, and then they're able to set up their private security. Those are the people that you need. That is why open market economy is about survival of the fittest. It's not the police that will do everything for you. Police does not have to be anywhere to see a man to go and take shower, a man to go and buy a car, a man to go and buy a car. Police will follow you with a gun. No, it's not true. What we need to do, empower the vigilantes, just like we have Bakassi. Empower them. If you want to hire Bakassi, go and hire Bakassi to follow you. Look at civil defense. You remember when civil defense started, nobody was giving a hoot about civil defense, but now civil defense have been given their job. Their jobs are cut out for them. They know what they're supposed to do. They cannot work above the police. If they are going to oil bunkering, they catch the oil bunkers and then turn the oil bunkers to who? To law enforcement officer, the police. So it makes the job easier for policemen. Policeman doesn't know go to the creeks, doesn't know go to catch these bunkerers. Then the civil defense are doing those things. Their jobs cut out for civil defense, so that you allow the police to do what they policing is their job. And you talk about community policing. How do you do community policing without working with those people that live in those locales? If you take me to Nkure.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business, high-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's still Dr. Joseph Carlos speaks in Flow 94.9 FM, Umuahia. I still have here with me the Southeast Media Aide to Dr. Joseph Carlos, Honorable Mad Kokoro, and my name is Ginika Olwa. Honorable, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much, Ginika.
Okay, we are still talking about the issue of security.
Yes.
A few days ago, precisely on Monday,
yes,
this news filtered in that the Christian Association chairman in Adamawa State, Reverend Anlimi, had just been killed,
yes,
by the insurgents, yes, Boko Haram precisely. Yes. You know, and people are just agitating. Why would federal government want to pull out the military in those areas they have recorded successes, yes, even when the insecurity is still glaring, facing people? Why would federal government want to pull out the military in those areas?
Okay, well, what I want to say about that, Ginika, what a lot of folk don't understand is what in military science, what we call strategy and stratagem. When the military says some of these things, yes, they can say the thing that you want to hear, but that is not the tactics they are following. The military are not supposed to tell you how they are going to remove Boko Haram. They might even tell you we are going to remove Boko Haram from the north, and they'll come from the south. So whatever the military does or say, I don't get into it.
No,
you know,
not
if they say, I'm talking about Nigeria. They're talking about the federal government.
Yeah, the federal government.
But the federal government controls the military.
Sure.
So that's what we're talking about military. So what I'm saying is that federal government cannot be giving us information that you want to hear. What you hear on radio, what you hear on air, what you get on TV might not be what is actually happening. That is military tactics. You know what I'm saying? So the problem that we are having in Nigeria is that they want to tell Nigeria, we have defeated Boko Haram, then you clap for them. No, we might say that Boko Haram has been defeated, but that is military tactics for you. We don't know how they are doing the fight. Most of the Boko Haram folks that have been killed, you don't know them. They don't need to do. How the military get their information, how intelligence get their information, it's not something that they're going to share with us on air. They don't do that. So they are fighting. it is most difficult to fight unconventional warfare compared to conventional warfare. Now I'll give you an example. If I am a criminal and I have like 10 people, I say 10 of us are going to intimidate Abia State. You might not be able to catch me, but the way we are using our operative, we hit, we run, we hit, we run. And then people say, what are the police people doing? Police should catch them, but they are doing their work. They are doing their intelligent work. You see, no society can exist in a perfect stage. No society. Even United States of America, that we revere so much, are still suffering from unconventional warfare. You see the follow. I don't even call them Muslims because it's wrong word to call those people Muslim. Because a Muslim is one who follows Allah, Almighty Allah, in the footsteps of the Creator. So you calling them Muslims, I don't buy that. Or calling them those Islamists. No, they are not peaceful people. You call them those wrong followers of the tenets of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. There is nothing. That's why when I look at you people, I say, live in the Huakoba, live in the Muslim, live in the Islam. You are praising them. When you call them a Muslim, that means this is somebody who has submitted himself or herself to Almighty Allah. No, they are wrong followers of Prophet Muhammad. They are wrong followers of the ethos of Judaism. They are not. So to fight their war, we take it the way they are fighting it. They come to Borno and they hit, they run. They go to Adamawa, they hit, they run. That is their lifestyle. And don't forget that we have these terrorist organizations all over the world. America has not survived terrorism. They have not eliminated terrorism today. They are fighting terrorism even in their system. Every country has his or her own problem. Nigeria will continue to fight these Boko Haram folks. We'll continue to fight them, but we got to have patience. Now I feel so sorry that the CAN chairman that was killed. Those things, the man that was giving the information, relaying the information, that was the go-between. I think that our intelligence forces should have worked with that man, and then using the drone, using whatever is not what I'm going to say, but there are equipment the military had that they can use to track those people. When that man was giving that message back and forth and going back and forth, our people should have monitored them. But whatever it is, I feel so bad about it, and I feel that eventually this country called Nigeria will deal decisively with those insurgents. Those people you are looking at don't even know Adam from Eve. They are just doing this thing out of whims and caprices. I call them druggists because they are lunatics that don't even understand Quran. They talk about Quran. They will come and tell you Allahu Akbar. They don't even know what Allah has said in Quran. Most of them don't even read their Quran that they have. So it's just like some of us that are Christians. They come here, we preach. You see pastors preaching and doing fake what do you call miracles. It's all everywhere. That is the essence of religion, the bane of religion in the whole world. You have fake people, you have people that are real, and they're acting like they're real. They act like if Jesus come today, they go to heaven. They will come here and take advantage of you. They will even have you to use your house and pay tithe. At the end of the day, so those are the things you have to handle in any given society. It's everywhere in the world. Peace was not in the beginning when God created us, and peace cannot end. That is just life for you. Shakespeare said it.
Okay, away from the security now, there's this belief that very soon Nigeria will be added in the list of countries to face U.S. visa restriction. What does this portend to Nigeria? Well, is it that particular relationship between U.S. and Nigeria has been severed?
You see, I'm a student of Robert F. Kennedy. You see, I don't understand the president of United States, Donald Trump, and his ideology. I don't understand his type of governance. This is a man who was spoon-fed, golden spoon-fed. Father made so much money in real estate, handed over to him. This is a man that has money, has made money in his life. This is a man that comes and says anything without giving a hoot who is hot. That is just him. Now, I don't know if this is social media news or whether it's that real or fake news. But if you were to be real, that they say Nigeria is going to be for what? Why? What have we done? Nigeria is if not the richest black country in the world. Nigeria is the second biggest partner in trade when it comes to black nations with United States of America. I don't know why most of our brain drain are in America. We have the best minds as medical doctors, as physicists, as neurosurgeons in the United States of America. We have the best mind. We have mayors in America. We have elected officers in America. So I don't know why the United States of America will say that we are going to be in the list. I don't understand if it's true, but if it's true, I think that is their responsibility of our foreign minister.
Yes,
I use diplomatic steps to approach that. It's not for Tom, Dick and Harry to call on air and then criticize America because they don't understand what we call international diplomacy and relations. So
not official.
Yes, it's not official. So let the Minister Foreign Affairs handle that issue. I think our diplomats, they know how to deal with that issue. This might be fake news because I don't think Nigeria should be put in that list for any reason because we're a good country that one bad finger doesn't stop the whole round of eggs.
Okay, let's go to the phone lines now and hear what our listeners will have to say based on the issues we've raised here. But then again, we must warn that this particular program should be a decent one where we have conversation, make contribution, send text messages, air your mind. But do not attack anybody. Do not insult anybody. Just go ahead, make your contribution based on the issues we've raised on this particular program. The numbers to call are 080-8182-6949. I take that again. 080-8182-6949 or 0811-605-2949. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, let's see if we can take another call now. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think while we wait for our listeners to call in, maybe our distance is really acting up. Okay, let's go to the SMS line. This one is from Chief Awolowo. He said, the Amotekun is one of the best things that the Southwest governors have done in their zone. So Southeast governors should set their own now because killings and insecurity now in the country is unacceptable. That you should call a spade a spade. I talked about this particular issue, Honorable, and I asked you, now that the Southwest, they've set up their own, the North Central is about to set up their own, should we, the Southeast and probably the North Central, also go ahead to set up their own? But there's this also fear that if people keep setting up this particular security outfit, that it will be a kind of, they are threatening the unity of the country.
No, Ginika, I don't think any individual, any person in this society called Nigeria can threaten the unity of Nigeria. We are too much as an embodiment of different folks from different roles. Now, what we are trying to say is that you have the right to protect yourself, but you also have to understand that you have to work under the tenets of the law of the land. Anybody thinking that he or she is going to distort the unity of this Federal Republic of Nigeria, that individual has something else coming to his side or her mind.
Okay, I think we have somebody now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Prince Angel Oka, the State Chairman, Niger Delta Youth for Peace and Development at your state.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wish to thank you so much for this program and then thank Honorable Maduka Okoro. I sincerely believe that if the people that are listening to Honorable Maduka Okoro as regards to the security issue, let me get settled and what in question, Maduka Okoro has given a very straight and sincere analysis as regards to that security issue. Every area, every state has every right on its own to set up a security guiding them based on the ambits of the law guiding the place. Nigeria is too large for us. Let Southeast not see that they are all alone. You must have to have something that is protecting you. Just making reference to our boss, Dr. Ojus Okalo, the President, Senator representing Abia, not honorably the Chief Whip of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, during his tenure, because of situations that were so ungovernable and uncomfortable in the state, he was able to give his consent and the House of Assembly for that vacancy to come. And invariably, they were able to quench the problems in Abia State. I thank Honorable Madikokoro the way he has spread out the whole of this. Let people don't misunderstand each and every one of us. Those of us in the Niger Delta region, we have been preaching peace, and development, empowering the youth, which runs in line with the government of the day. And we believe in that peace.
Okay.
Then whosoever feels that he cannot control that peace in his own section, if I can control peace in my own section,
all right.
I will
Thank
find
you.
a way to make sure that a little.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, Honorable, there's this allegation by the former, that should be the youth leader of APC, Timmy Frank, or the South, Deputy South leader,
Yes.
formerly in APC, Timmy Frank.
Yes.
He alleged that the Governor Kezi Pazo, actually is working for President Muhammadu Buhari and the APC, and that he actually gave about 25% of votes during the 2019. How true is this?
That's where I disagree with Timmy Frank. Timmy Frank is a brilliant man, but his brilliance has transversed his sophisticated sense of reasoning. What actually happened is that Dr. Ojo Okalo, the distinguished senator today in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as the leader of APC, the recognized party in Federal Republic of Nigeria, led the war that was not led in 2015. He led the war in 2019 to give Buhari, President Muhammadu Okechukwu Buhari, 25%. APC gave 25% on our own. Do you know how many votes that can come from Isukweto? Do you know how many votes that can come from Umunochi, from Bende? Do you know how many votes that can come from Arochukwu, from Abreba or Hafia? And somebody telling me that Okezi Ikpasu gave Buhari 25%. It's not so. It wasn't so. We did it. Ojus Okalo did it. The magic was there. If you want, I give you the template that we used to give Buhari 25%. It was an easy thing. We did. And the highest number of votes that ever come for Buhari came from Abia. And we did it. So Timmy Frank, if you have qualms with Okezi Ikpasu, do it in the backyard. Don't bring 25%. The way I disagree with you, don't talk about 25%. And the APC gave 25%. Not anybody that gave 25%. If you have not gotten anything from PDP, sorry for that, because you should have been in APC where you were speaking well. But now you are not speaking well again. But I pray Almighty God to touch your heart as a young man so that you retrace your steps and come back to APC.
I think the governor's handlers, they've actually addressed that particular issue.
I don't know how they let them address the issue the way they want to do. I'm addressing as a APC. I'm not talking as only PDP.
We are at your last shot.
Yes, what I want to say is that Nigeria, as an entity, let me speak in Igbo, Otu Ogu, Otu Aka, Otu Oko, nobody, Munike, Yakpaso Otu Echi, that's where they move Nigeria. Nigeria is one. Maybe Yoruba, maybe Hausa, maybe Igbo, maybe Efik, maybe Urobo. Inyo Obloma Sregebro, Inya Isebo, Oloji Mere Mwandanda, Ya Mere Mududu, Mboruru Akbukaya, Inya Isebo. Nigeria remains one sovereign, indissoluble nation. Nobody using any tribal mark can defeat it. We love Nigeria. I love Nigeria. I'm ready to die for Nigeria, not Nigeria to die for me. And as I'm saying, that our leader, Oji Uzo Okalo, the distinguished senator, want to thank all of you in diaspora, every Nigerian, every Yoruba, every Igbo.